Well, I don't think I had to tell you that the death of a family member is traumatic, and it leaves one feeling a deep sense of grief, abandonment, and sadness. I mean, it's hard to talk about it. In the space of 3 weeks, my wife and I lost 2 family members, and I'm just now able to even mention it. The family members were our 2 dogs, Sonic and Toby. Now, if you're not a dog lover, it may be really hard for you to relate to the depth of grief felt by the death of a canine. But these dogs weren't just pets to us. They really were part of our family. Sonic, our Shih Tzu, was 15 and a half years old and died unexpectedly in his sleep the first week of March. Toby, our Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, was 14, and he was already experiencing some serious health issues. He had never been separated from Sonic since the day that we had got him as a puppy. And with Sonic gone, he was visibly lost and lonely. He died 3.5 weeks later. And for the first time since 1983, we don't have a dog as part of the family. Now, our dogs have typically outlived their breed. We had an English setter for 15 years, a wonderful black lab for 15 years, who was with us when Sonic and Toby came into our house and was there until he died in 2012. I've long said, and I mean this, I wouldn't want to live in a world without dogs. I mean, they make us better people just to be around them. They ask for so little, but they give so much. Their loyalty is only bested by God Himself, who loves us unconditionally. You know, a dog's unconditional love is probably the closest thing on earth that we're ever going to experience to God loving us without any regards to what He's getting in return. In fact, someone once said that if you want to know just how much your dog loves you, lock your dog and your wife in the trunk of your car, leave them there for a couple of hours, open the trunk and see which one is glad to see you. I bet you can guess. My dogs have always made me laugh. It's not that they know how to tell jokes or even do tricks. While my lab was a great hunting dog, quite frankly, Sonic and Toby never did anything really useful. They didn't retrieve the paper. They were horrible as watchdogs. They would be more likely to lick a burglar than to bite him. I mean, they never performed a single chore. And they didn't provide so much as a dime to cover their bills for food, toys, treats, and medical expenses. But I never resented one penny I spent on them because I can't even calculate just how much pleasure and joy they brought to my life. They never read or cared about the nasty comments that people posted about me on social media. They never thought I made a bad speech, and they didn't care if I burned a meal or forgot to take out the trash. No matter the time of day or night, they jumped up and ran to me when I came home from a trip, and they acted like they were really glad I was home. When I was governor, the standing joke among my staff was that if there was such a thing as reincarnation, they all hoped to come back as my dog. When I've been asked if I think dogs will be in heaven, my answer is always the same. I'm certain dogs are going to make it. It's people I'm not so sure of. I even have a T-shirt that says, I love my dogs and maybe 3 other people. Well, there are actually more than 3, but you get the point. I find myself coming home and looking for the dogs to come running, only to be reminded by the silence that they're no longer there. I got to tell you, I miss them immensely. In an ugly world where there's so much division and hate and meanness and anger, and where politics causes so many people to express the most vile and evil utterances, I've always found refuge and a simple joy being with our dogs. None of the dogs I've ever had can be replaced, but I will for sure welcome another dog to the family after some time to heal from the hurt of losing these 2. I usually use this portion of the show, I understand, and I talk about the big issues of the day. But tonight, I wanted to talk about something really important. So the lesser important issues of politics and the news of the day, well, it'll just have to wait for another time. Now, if you're seeing this, I know you've enjoyed that video. I mean, how could you not, after all? So you know what you should do? Leave a like, click on the subscribe button below, and hit the notification bell next to it so you'll always know when I have another video up for you to enjoy.